So yesterday we talked about coastal and plateau people, correct? Yeah. We learned about their environments. Yeah. We learned about why they live and why they hunt and what they hunt. All that stuff to survive based on their environment. Today we're going to learn about their cultures. Okay, their cultures. Okay, so let's go over our word first. Yesterday our word was indigenous. Okay, so we're going to all say it together. Ready? Indigenous. Native First People. Indigenous. Okay, so our new word, because I said, hey, we are going to learn about their culture. We need to find out what that word culture means. Culture is our word. Okay, I want you to turn to your pod, to your group, and talk about what do you think the word culture means?
I think culture is a certain type of
The people? What they're used to being.
What they are. A trait that they pass on.
Okay. Okay. Looking at me? In 5, 4. Good. Okay, I want to hear. So, number 2 in each group. I want to hear what your group came up with. Okay, Robert, what did your group came up with? What do you think the word culture means?
A trait, personal feature, or something they do passed down from person to person.
Okay, a trait, something that is passed on. Okay. Adley, what did your group come up with?
Well, we said it was a different, some people are different and it's like a group of people.
Okay, so you thought it had something to do with a group of people. Maya.
Well, our group talked about like, it's kind of like a tradition.
A tradition. Okay, what is a tradition to you?
Well, we eat turkey for Thanksgiving.
That's a great example, right? You eat turkey for Thanksgiving. Tradition, something that you do every year or... Peyton, what did you guys come up with?
Related.
What?
They're related.
You're related. Okay. I love your predictions. Great predictions. How many of you have heard the word culture before? Stand up if you've heard the word culture. Okay, so we all have heard of the word before. Don't necessarily know what it means, though. Okay. I like how you guys said traditions. Okay, go ahead and sit down. Culture actually means, and you guys were close, some of you when you said tradition, it is a custom of a certain people or group of people. I like how you said group of people, tradition, custom. It's something that we're used to that we pass on. It is cultural for us around here to like football and soccer. But guess what? If you live in the Midwest where it's really cold, guess what sport they like to play back there? Maya?
Hockey.
Hockey. Oh man, they are big hockey fans, right? Okay, and our environment often will dictate what kind of culture we have just because of the environment we're in. Just like when Maya said, hey, when it's really cold in the Midwest, their culture is they love to play hockey because they have ice and stuff. We don't have ice around here. It's harder for us to play hockey. Yes, Kyla.
My dad's favorite sport, or like sport, some type of sport, is hockey.
Is hockey. He likes to watch the Kraken. Emma?
Or is it like that in that we like watching football?
You like watching football, right? I like to watch football when it's raining and I can't go outside, right? Okay, so it is very often that our environment around us will dictate some of the culture. Okay, so I want you to picture Santa Claus in your head right now. What does he look like? Think about what Santa looks like in your head. Okay, let's see. How about 3. What does Santa look like?
He looks from about 80 to 50 years old.
Okay. What is he wearing?
Red and white fleece clothing.
Warm clothing, right? Do you guys know that in Australia, right now, in Australia, it is summertime, right? It's in the southern summer. Do you think that they think Santa has a big, huge red coat, fleece coat on in snow? Do you know that they, in their culture, they see Santa in a bathing suit and he comes on a surfboard? Yes, that is totally true, right? They see Santa, that is their picture. If you ask somebody from Australia, what does Santa look like? They would say he's in a swimsuit and he's riding a surfboard, right? Definitely environmental because they are used to Christmas being in the summertime, right? Okay, Angeline?
So you're saying that that's actually true? They actually think that?
Yes. Yeah. And I'll bring up a picture so you can see it too. But it's very cultural. That is a culture. They pass that on. They're a group of people, right, down there, that's how they see it, okay? So when we're talking about coastal and plateau people today, their cultures were very different based on the environment they lived in, okay? We talked about how they used to go buffalo hunting, right? Who did that? The coastal people or the plateau people? Plateau, right? They didn't have buffalo over this way. And what did they do? I want you to talk in your group. What did they do around that buffalo hunting? Talk to your group. What did they do that could have been a culture? What did they do when there's a buffalo hunt? What did they do?
So we were talking about that they go on the left side and they go on the horses.
Mm-hmm.
They go on horses and they use like spheres and stuff.
But what did they do when they went on a buffalo hunt? Everybody would gather together, and what else would they do? Do you guys remember?
They would camouflage.
Well, that's when they would go buffalo hunting.
They would try to like round up all of them. So
round up all of them.
oh yeah.
What did the people who weren't hunting, what did they do?
They
collect berries.
They collected berries and then they made
and they
stuff.
were like getting ready for them to come back so then they could like cook.
Cook and stuff like that. It was very cultural for them to do that, and they would actually even celebrate, right? They would do games and stuff. Okay, so what did you guys talk about? When they did their buffalo hunting, it was very cultural for them to do that. What else did they do when they were on their buffalo hunts? Well, if you guys remember the buffalo hunting, Catherine.
They would ride horses and they would use the fur and skin to make clothing.
Yes, they would use clothing. So would they wear buffalo clothing? Absolutely. Okay, let me see somebody else. B3. This group right here, what did you guys talk about?
We talked about that they would maybe like
They would ride on horses. Okay. Did they do horse races sometimes too?
sometimes.
Yeah, they did. They did horse races. Okay, A1, how about this group? What did you guys say? That's okay. But your group A, right?
They ride their horses
When they were hunting, yes. They would. Different than what they would do on the coast. Okay, so today I actually have a bunch of pictures for you. Yeah. And we are going to sort them. We are going to take some time. We have 10 minutes. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. We have 10 minutes and you need to sort these pictures based off, do you think it's part of the coastal people's culture or do you think it's part of the plateau? Or, to even make it more difficult, could it be both of theirs? Okay, do you guys think you could do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab them. They are all in black and white. And Mrs. Carr did write what they are, so you can kind of get an idea if you're not sure what the picture says. So you can, and you are going to, as a group, separate. Is it a coastal? Is it a plateau people? Or could it possibly be both? Part of both of their cultures. Okay, So I want you to be discussing. I want you to say why you think it's part of the coastal, or why do you think it's part of the plateau people, or if it's both. Okay, what do you think?
Max. Native American Longhouse.
Okay, so talk about it. Okay, so would that have been coastal, or would it have been plateau? Ask your friends here. What do you think? Kylie right here.
The Longhouse is in plateau or coastal?
Okay, this kind of looks obvious.
Ooh. Why? Why do you think it's plateau?
I think they're by the sea. They don't really use longhouses. They don't use longhouses because how come people don't know? Because they're the plateau or the
For what? Okay. Come here. So, teepees. Okay, we talked about this. Is this going to be a coastal or a plateau?
I think.
Why'd you say coastal? Why would you need a teepee? Why would you live in a teepee compared to a longhouse?
Because it's made for just maybe 3 or 4 people.
2 or 3 people. Can you move this? Who moved a lot? Coastal did?
Wait, no plateau.
Okay, when they were coastal, remember, they were able to live by the water. They were able to get their seafood and everything. They did not have to move around, okay? So, plateau definitely had to move around to find their food, okay? So remember that. Coastal, plateau. I know, okay? So, let's think about this. These guys moved around a lot. So, what could also be part of this, okay? Keep on sorting. What do you guys have?
So this is. So my desk has all the coastal, and then they both come to.
Yeah, that's what I said.
In a certain time.
Oh,
So that one will be on my desk. Whale hunting is definitely for coastal.
okay.
So we'll put that on salmon trap. Yeah, that's the salmon trap. They both use salmon trap. No, didn't they use salmon
That plateau? Okay.
They both use salmon trap.
Okay, so where's the boat?
Ooh, okay, so tell me, why'd you sort these the way you did?
Whale hunting is. It can only be found
Only in the ocean.
Okay, and the opposite of that would have been
Because they're hunting.
the buffalo, right? Okay.
And this is a teepee. It's one that is used to wrap stuff and well put stuff in. Native American deer skin. Because they hunt and stuff like that. And deers are pretty close to that.
Okay.
And we have cedar.
That's right. We talked about that, right? How they would wear cedar clothing. Okay.
They both had to have baskets for water. They could be water tight. They had to get water.
Okay. And
I feel like this is coastal, but we're pretty sure that it's for coastal because the longhouse and the tree stuff there. So we're all pretty sure that it's
okay, good.
coastal because plateau is seafood.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about their cultures then. Okay, so we evidently don't hunt for whale or buffalo. We might go fishing, right? But look at this basket, because culture can often be art. Do you guys have any artwork that looks like that at home? No.
You guys have a whale, so it might be coastal.
Oh.
It does have a whale.
Would they have seen whale in the plateau? Probably not, right? And do we often draw art that we've never seen before? Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Unless they look online about it, but
They didn't have internet back then, did they?
definitely not.
They might have heard. It might have been,
When, like, training for, like,
Yeah, maybe they were training for
Pull back.
they might have.
On the first Thanksgiving, like when, did you know that on like when the Pilgrims arrived, the peace treaty was from the Indians and like
They would
the
share
chief
food.
we saw it and Governor Carver lasted for more than 50 years.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good job. Okay. Good job, guys. You did a great job. Okay, you can put those back together. How'd you guys do over here?
we had more coastal than Spokane.
You had more coastals. Did you have anything that was shared that both of them did?
Oh, the basket?
The basket?
Probably both did basket.
Okay.
And then they probably both did earrings.
Okay. So look at that basket though real quick, right? In culture, we like to do artwork a lot, right?
Wait, but that basket looks like it's on the coastal because it has a whale on it.
It has a whale on it. Would you agree with that? That's a whale? So would that have been a basket that the plateau people would have made? The plateau or the coastal people would have made? The coastal. Okay, the plateau people, they might have heard of a whale, but they probably never had seen a picture of one, right? So would you do artwork on something you've never seen before? I mean, you might make up something like an alien or something like that, but
But you might not know what it looks like. So then how would you be able to do this? Is like one of those blue whales or an orca.
an orca whale.
It kind of looks like an orca because it has that little spot by the eye.
So would you agree that that was probably made by a coastal person? Yes. Is it art? Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay, you guys can gather those together. Alrighty, good job. We are going to have to move on. We are going to do compare and contrast about this later. We just have to move on to our reading RTI for today. But good job. I didn't make it to every group, but I will say the two groups I met with changed their mind about one item because they're like, wait a second, what was on that basket? Everybody look at that basket. Because some people thought, oh, it's true that both the coastal people and the plateau people definitely use baskets, but there was one thing that told me this is only one. Number one.
I'm number one.
Finley.
We have a picture of a basket, and on the basket there is a whale. And so we know that both of the different cultures, they made baskets, but we saw the whale on it when you came to our table, and we were like, wait a second, that kind of looks like a coastal basket because it has a whale on it, and they go whale hunting, and like they live by the sea.
Right. Okay, and guess what? Mrs. Gar totally forgot to fill in the rest of our chart, which means Mrs. Gar did not do what she was supposed to do, but that's okay, right? We can cut it. Okay, so we've said that culture meant the customs of a certain people. Okay, so I'm going to write this as my meaning. A custom of a certain people. Okay, that is what the meaning is. Now, the sign for culture, does anybody know what the sign is? This Stephanie taught us the other day about culture. You know that? Okay, so culture, take a C. Wrap it around. This is their culture. Okay? Culture.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay? So, when we are going to say this word, we're going to say culture. Culture. Customs of a certain people. Culture. Okay? So can we try this again? Yeah. All together? Okay, so I'm going to say culture, and then you're going to say culture, a custom of certain people. Culture. Okay? Here we go. Culture. Culture. The custom of certain people. Culture. Good. Okay.